Today's lesson is called Classifying Quadrilaterals. This is Unit 7, Lesson 8. Make sure you have your math books and your math journals out. And let's look at yesterday's math journal question from April 23rd. I left school at 3:15 on the school bus, and I arrived home 47 minutes later. That sounds like my bus ride when I was in school. What time did I get home? So how did you solve it, third graders? I used a timeline, and on my timeline, started with 3:15, and I jumped 15 minutes until I got to 45, and that brought me to 4 o'clock, and then from 45 to 47 is 2 more minutes. So what time did I get home? 4:02. 4:02. And PM is my label. All right. All right, third graders, open up your math workbooks. We're going to go back and do a little bit more geometry today. Page 471. The directions say, place a check mark beside every name that describes the figure. Look at number 1. Is it a quadrilateral? Yes. How do you know? Because it has 4 sides. Is it a parallelogram? Yes. How do you know? Both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Is it a rhombus? Yes. How do you know? Because all the sides are the same length. Is it a rectangle? No. Don't mark that. How do you know? It doesn't have 4 right angles. So how do you know it's not a square? Because if it's not a rectangle, it can't be a square. Your job, third graders, is to place a check mark or an X on each of the names that describes the figures in the picture. All right. So look at number 2 and number 3 and keep going all the way to number 9. Be careful on some of these, third graders. If it doesn't have right angles, it can't be a square, can't be a rectangle. If it has right angles, it's a square or rectangle, right? All right, pause the video if you need to mark these. And when we come back, we'll check our work. All right, third graders, looking at the answers here, are there any that you have questions on? Look at number 3. Number 3 is quadrilateral, parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, and a square. Squares can be rectangles. Rectangles can't be squares. Just like number 4. It's a rectangle, but the sides aren't equal, so it can't be a square. Number 6 also has all of them marked. Looks like it's maybe a square tipped on its side. And number 7, 8, and 9, those are only quadrilaterals. They're not parallelograms or rhombuses or rectangles or squares. All right, let's keep going. We've got page 472. Our job here is for each of these figures is to put an X under the descriptions that are always true. So quadrilaterals, are they always 4 sides? Yes. Trapezoids, are they always 4 sides? Yes. Parallelograms, are they always 4 sides? Yes. Rhombus, rectangle, square, always 4 sides. So put an X under 4 sides in each of those figures. And then you have some other descriptions. Both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Mark those that are true. Both pairs of opposite sides the same length. Mark those that are true with an X. If the figure has 4 right angles, put an X next to that. How about all sides the same length? When you're done, third graders, or if you need to stop the video now to do your work, do that. And then when you're done, let's check our work. All right. How did you do? Quadrilaterals? The only thing that's marked is that they're 4 sides. Trapezoid as well. But parallelograms have both pairs of opposite sides parallel and both pairs of opposite sides the same length. Rhombuses have both pairs of opposite sides parallel, both pairs of opposite sides the same length, and all sides the same length, but not necessarily 4 right angles. Rectangles have 4 right angles, but not all sides the same length. And look at a square, third graders. It has all of those descriptions. Good job. It's a hard job to do. We're going to skip to the next page, third graders, and not do the bottom right now. You're welcome to see if you can answer those questions using the chart, but I don't want to run out of time here, so I want to look at page 473. We're going to do a little bit more drawing today. All right, on page 473, draw each figure. All right, draw a quadrilateral that's not a parallelogram. Not a parallelogram. Okay, that means that the sides can't have 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel. So maybe they just have one side. You could draw a trapezoid for that. Number 16 says to draw a parallelogram that's not a rectangle. Well, rectangles have 4 right angles. So make sure that you don't have a parallelogram that's a rectangle, because if you do, it has 4 right angles. How about number 17? Draw a rectangle that's not a square. Well, draw a rectangle that doesn't have 4 equal sides. All right, and of course, third graders, if you know me, on page 473 is our friend Puzzle Penguin. What's the error? Dear math students, today I had to draw a quadrilateral with parallel sides that's not a rectangle, a square, a rhombus, and this is my drawing. Is it correct? If not, please help me understand why it is wrong. Your friend Puzzle Penguin. Well, third graders, Puzzle Penguin had to draw a quadrilateral with parallel sides. This figure has parallel sides. In fact, it has 1 pair, 2 pairs, 3 pairs of parallel sides. It's not a rectangle, square, or rhombus. So, what's wrong, Puzzle Penguin? Oh, Puzzle Penguin, you missed the first clue. You had to draw a quadrilateral. Remember, Puzzle Penguin, that's 4 sides. Oh, Puzzle Penguin. That's it for today's lesson, third graders. Have a great day. I miss you.